500. Reverse. Rotate.
Check, check, check. What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. Yet we are on a little America West Airlines kick today with America West Express, an airplane we haven't visited in a very long time. I think these airplanes are some of the most underrated aircraft in the sim. JustFlight Fokker's F28s, and this is the F70 version, so the upgraded version of the F28 series that we had previously. So this is the F70 that came in a two-pack, F70, F100. We are taking the little bird today, the F28 America West Express, and this is going to be a very interesting stream for myself specifically, but I think also for a lot of the viewers. So if you didn't catch it, a couple days ago we flew this exact route, Eagle, Colorado to Phoenix Sky Harbor. It's actually a beautiful route in the sim. I highly recommend you do it. You're going to pass over some lovely scenery, and that's exactly why we're doing this exact same route again. We're going to compare, once we get airborne, I'm going to pull up my stream from 2 days ago when we were looking at XP12 being ortho imagery, and we're going to compare the terrain. We're going to see just once and for all what sim is actually looking a little bit sharper in the distance. So I got my T-LODs up like I normally do. It shouldn't be anything settings-wise. I was going to pick up the Xometry Eagle Colorado, but I decided, hey, I departed from a default Eagle in XP12. Let's depart from default Eagle in Microsoft 2024. So the only real difference then, other than the sims being different, is we're flying a F70 instead of a Boeing 757, which, call me crazy, guys. I must have hit my head. I'm kind of itching to jump back into XP12 with that Bing imagery and maybe even fly another 7.5 flight, or maybe even fly the Chieftain or the AT or the Q400. I don't know. I must have hit my head, but let's see how this flight goes. We're back in Microsoft 2024, as I said earlier, so I'm trying to see if I can rejuice myself for the sim. I'm kind of, if I'm being honest with you, I'm kind of burnt out on Microsoft 2024 for some reason. I don't know if it's maybe the lack of not lack of planes, because we sure have a lot of planes, but I don't know what it is, man. It just kind of seems like it's all kind of blending together at this point. That little bit of XP12 that we did was a lot of fun, so maybe this will reignite my passion for 2024, and I'm sure it's just a temporary lull, you know, as with a lot of things, we all go in these ups and downs, right? So I might be in a little bit of lull for myself personally in Microsoft Flight Sim, but maybe this will change that. This airplane is highly detailed. It is one of the best airplanes, I think, in the sim. This received, I haven't flown this since it was recently up, not recently, it was updated though some time back from JustFlight, and I haven't flown it since then, but I did do a test flight just shortly before the stream, and I gotta tell you, the performance is amazing. It was a little heavier on performance when it first came out. Also, just the smoothness of everything seems to really have been polished up. JustFlight always releases a pretty polished airplanes when they come out, but I mean, this feels really polished now in this latest version. So this is the latest and greatest F70 from JustFlight, Whisper Jet service to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Let's get into it right now, shall we? Jesse Ordonez, good to see you, my man. Phoenix Galaxy's in the house. And Mickey G, interesting looking 707. Mickey G, dude, why didn't you guys vote? I looked at the poll. It's like everybody has got the same exact, they're all tied again. But I got something for you, Mickey G. Something coming very soon, Mickey G. I wanted to fly the 707. Maybe that's why I'm burnt out, is because no one wants to fly the airplanes, or no one wants to watch the airplanes I want to fly. Upcoming thumbnail for the next stream. Qantas, Australia, baby. We're gonna go down to the land down under. All right. We might even, you know what? We should really piss off T-Tut Company and do a 707 stream this evening instead of a Commander stream. Wouldn't that make him upset? The 707, I'm obsessed, guys. It's a fantastic airplane. All right. Anyway. Back to this. Let's fire this airplane up. Fokker F28 when Evan G. I love the Fokker F28s. I actually like the sounds of the F28s better because they're not so quieted down. These engines are much more quiet, and it's nothing to do with the sound pack. It's realistically more quiet on the F70, F100. I love how the F28 screams at you, man. When you take off on the F28, it is a screaming airplane. You got the black smoke coming out the backside. The problem with the F28, and I say problem, it's not really a problem. It's more of a streamer content creator side of things. Those airplanes are very demanding to fly them correctly and properly and not get behind. So it makes for challenging streams because they take a lot of my attention. It takes away from the interaction in the chat. And then a lot of people, for some reason, the F28, no matter what I did analytically, the F28 was just not a very popular video on YouTube, no matter how I flew it, where we flew it. But that is nothing to detract from what it is. If you like those older jets, the F28 series is absolutely fantastic from JustFlight as well. I love JustFlight. I think they're one of the top tier developers. I got the top 3 developers in the sim. You got Phoenix, PMDG, and JustFlight, and they're all right there neck and neck. I think Phoenix #1, and then I put PMDG and JustFlight side by side at #2. They're tied for the #2 spot, in my opinion. Top tier dev, no questions asked, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and let's show this airplane up, or start this airplane up. Mickey G, what's up, man? Oh, I already said hi to you. Say hi to you again. What's up, Mickey G? ×2. Mickey G, I got another picture for you. I got some I'm going to post in the food channel for you later. Oh, also, Mickey G, I am grinding. I'm going to fix my Blackstone. I'm getting ready for football season, man. I started grinding it this morning, and then I realized I was breathing in a lot of rust dust, and it's probably not good, so I'm gonna go get a little mask and finish that this afternoon. But anyway, all right, no flight factor, your 7.5 license is revoked. Dandrini, listen, man, listen, I want to fly it again, dude. My head, I don't know what happened, dude. Too many 737 fumes. I want to fly 757 flight factor. I must be nuts. Anyway, let's fly this airplane. Let's compare streams. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Also a super scenic route all the way up there. All right. Here we go. No more chit-chat. Up into the cockpit we shall go. Let the airplane load up here. We do have that buzzing outside. That is the GPU. I don't know why it spawned me in kind of backwards from the terminal. Just so you get an idea, I purposely did not install Eagle, Colorado. So you can see default airport versus default airplane in XP12 if you want to go back and cross-reference the stream. It's interesting that we're facing this direction. But anyway, there's the mountains, right? When we took off in XP12, you can kind of see the same mountain we're going at. It looks fairly similar. We are on Say Intentions, and I got Iveo running too if you want to join. I didn't see anybody on Iveo, but I figured I'd load it up just in case anybody wanted to fly on Iveo. All my streams, by the way, will be on Iveo in the background. And then I'm running say intentions on top of that for additional traffic. So I know when we do those group flights, I mean, that last one we did, shoot, it was awesome. We had like 7 or 8 planes all on IVEO. That was a ton of fun. So we'll be doing that again soon. I got the whole week off. My trip got dropped. I dropped my day trip. I'm ready to stream all week. We're going to have a blast. So here we go. Let's fire up the airplane. I'm going to turn the sim sounds up just a little bit more. And then I'll tell you what, we'll get into the GPU and then we'll get rid of that external humming outside. So battery switch will come on. The sounds are very well done on this airplane. There's the AVEO light. Now, I need to change my settings for INS. I had it on instant because I was testing, so that's real. Hopefully it won't take too long. I've already imported my SimBrief flight plan here to the JustFlight EFB. So now that everything is up, we're going to take it from the top. Let's go ahead and get the test light. There we go, into the green. I'm going to click these out. Align on nav. Align on nav. Excellent. Engine fire, AP fire test. Smoke alarms. All the good stuff. All the good stuff. Enunciators all work. Beautiful. Anti-skid GPWS.
Glide slope.
We should probably check that out.
Pull up. Terrain, terrain. Pull up.
All right, all those dome light we can stay off. Let's come down the left-hand side. Everything is normal on the left-hand side. I'm going to juice up the electric hydraulics, make sure the park brake is set. We'll reset the park brake. All right, electric hydraulic pump come back off. I don't think you have to do that, but I was just making sure. Let's see, seatbelts off, no smoking's off. Smoke them if you got them. We'll come through here. Let's go ahead and get the nav logo lights on. External power is on. You can see that here. We'll go over to the volts, 115. And 400 frequency phase, 3-phase, 300, 400 volts, 3-phase, something. Back from my regional days in the 170, had to know that. Landing sky harbor, I think it's about 1,500 feet. We'll put that right there. Fuel pumps, we'll leave those off till we get fueling. We'll get the window heaters on, 1, 2, 3, 4, or excuse me, we'll get the pitot heats on. And you know what? We'll treat it like a 7.3. We'll do those after. We'll get the window heats on, and then we'll get the probe heats on after we are ready for push and start. Let's go ahead and turn up our PFD NDs here. Beautiful cockpit. But I don't know if you can tell as I pan around. It's just super buttery smooth. So they definitely did some optimization, I think, in that last update. Get all these up here. Everything is set. That's in the weather. That's off. Okay, cool. Squawking 2,000. We're going to pick up our clearance from say intentions. Let's brighten up our screens here. You can see we are in the status positions. We got about 8 minutes on our alignment. Excellent. So initialize. Let's go ahead and put this in. We're going from Eagle. Oh, I also set the sim time to match exactly from the last stream. So, or as close as I could. I think we're off by 15 minutes. So sim time is 22:55. I started the stream at like 22:45. Same sim time as the X-Plane 12 comparison stream. So that's why my I think it's, what is it, 5:55 or 4:55 in the afternoon right now in Eagle, Colorado in sim time. Highball, thank you so much for the gifted memberships, my man. Appreciate 10 gifted subs. Can we get some positive rates out there to Highball? Thank you for making that chat green, my friend. I do appreciate you. This channel is fully sponsored by you guys and your support and your continued support over the years. I absolutely appreciate it. So thank you, Highball. Thanks for giving back to the community and those in the chat, man. I appreciate you. All right. SimBrief company route loaded. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and hit Align on IRS there. I'm going to move that page over. All right. So I'm going to clear my messages out. Everything checks. Now, you could, in the real aircraft, you would do the old school alignment here, but because I have the new school on, we just hit Align on IRS, so it's all good. Flight number, I think, do we put AWE 357 or operation failed? Okay, I guess not. I was wondering if I needed to fix that. Maybe you just put 357 in there. That's okay, we don't need it. But that's us, Eagle Phoenix alternate of Tucson. All right, flight plan page, Eagle, SID, departure, 25, just like we did the other day. We're on the Beaver 1 insert, and then we got to go Beaver 1 to Sprocket insert. All right, Beaver 1 Sprocket down into Sky Harbor today. Still landing runway 8 is the plan, so we're going to put the ILS 8. We won't draw it all the way out, but we're coming down the Eagle 6 arrival. and gallop transition. We'll insert that. All right, flight plan is pretty much set. We'll come to the init 2 page over here as we get our fuels and everything ready. So while that gets ready, let's get the APU fired up. Emergency exit lights will go armed, and APU will move you to start. Hold it there for a second. Back to on. Let's go outside, see if we can hear it spin up. What's your opinion on auto FPS on high-end PCs? Lime RH. I think auto FPS is a wonderful. I think everybody should use it, no matter what high-end PC, because I think even if you have the highest-end PC, there are scenarios where you can drown your PC, or you can bog it down in the highest of demanding environments. If you have a highly powerful PC, you can still use auto FPS, but you would just set your settings higher. So instead of it being, 50 on the ground, you could set it to 100 on the ground, and instead of it capping out at 200 at airborne, you could cap it all the way to 350 or 400, whatever it is. So it doesn't matter what your PC or how good your PC is. I highly recommend auto FPS because you can still scale it to get the optimum performance. Now, one thing I always tell people that talk about FPS and flight simulation is, you'll notice I never have an FPS counter on my stream because I don't have one on my screen and I don't want to look at it. The reason I don't want an FPS counter is because even though I launch auto FPS, I launch it and then I minimize it. Anytime there's a hiccup or anytime you think something's going on, I don't have the discipline to not think it's FPS related. My eyes become glued to the FPS counter. So I turn off all my FPS counters and I just fly my sim. If it's smooth, I don't care if I'm getting 31 FPS. I don't care if I'm getting 78 FPS. If it's smooth, I don't care. If I'm flying my sim and I notice that there's stutters or there's problems, okay, now I'm going to troubleshoot. Let's bring up the counters. Let's see maybe something is causing an issue. But my opinion, launch auto FPS, set it up, minimize it, and just go flying, man. Because you will become, well, maybe not you, but I become obsessed over looking at FPS. And it almost distracts from the enjoyment of the sim. And I mean, you'll be amazed at how, if you get really engrossed in a flight, maybe you're hand flying an approach down to minimums, you might only be getting 28 FPS, but the experience is smooth. And you're going to think, man, what an incredible approach that was. Whereas if you had your FPS counter up and it's turning orange or something, like, oh my gosh, I hit 25 frames, something's wrong, oh, my landing sucked. Like, it's just not how I want it. I was that way during the FSX days. Ever since FSX, man, no FPS counters on my screen. So that's just my mentality. All right, a couple of things. Let's power up the TPR panel. That's good. And is there a way? I could have sworn there was a way to bring the EFB up. I guess not. But let's go and start the aircraft loading. So we'll go ahead and start boarding. 5 minutes. That works for me. And we'll start refueling as well. And while that gets cooking, we need to actually make sure we have our coffee brewing, right? So let's come over here. All right, everything's on. Yeah, let's get the coffee pot ready to brew. All right, let's get both of those coffee pots on. Do we like this song? This one's kind of vibey. I don't mind this song. It's good. All right, let's do a Magic Sparrow ref down here while we wait for the alignment. I guess I could turn up some of my background panel lighting just underneath there. There we go. Brighten that up a little bit. All right, so our flight plan is in the box. That's all good. Let's pick up our clearance from COM 1, 2475. Let's give him a call. Eagle clearance, good afternoon. Cactus 357 clearance to Phoenix Sky Harbor.
Cactus 357, Eagle County Regional Airport clearance, cleared to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Maintain VFR at or below 17500. Departure 128.650. Squawk 4355, runway 25.
Interesting. We gotta maintain VFR out of here? Interesting. Alright, cleared to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Maintain VFR at or below 17.5. Departure is 2865, squawk 4355. I expect runway 25 for Cactus 357. Maybe I need to say IFR clearance.
Read that correct. Ground will be on 121.8.
That's what, okay, so I got it. Eagle clearance, Cactus 357, request IFR clearance to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Ah, I think you need to specify.
Cactus 357, clear to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Radar vector
Yep.
spark it.
You gotta
As
specify.
filed. Climb and maintain
Okay.
10,000. Expect flight level 34010 minutes
I
after
thought so.
departure. Departure on 128.65.
10,000.
Squawk 4355. Expect 25.
All right, cleared to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Radar vector sprocket, then as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect 34010 minutes after departure. Departures on 2865. Squawk 4355. Expect runway 25 for Cactus 357. 4355 and squawk.
Cactus 357, read back correct. Ground will be on 121.8.
We'll call ground on 21.8, Cactus 357. Yes, these are the new Say Intentions V3 voices. They're amazing, dude. They said it's hard to tell the difference between that and real life. I'm being serious. I'll also put Iveo on COM 2 just in case. 22.8 COM 2. Alright. Alright, so our squawk code is set 4355. We're cleared as filed. We're loading. The APU is on. So we can go ahead and disconnect from that. Let's go ahead and get rid of the GPU bus. Thank you. That'll definitely help us out. Fueling is not complete. Stand by on that. Alright, we're almost ready to go. We are just now aligned. We'll hide the yoke here. Let's go ahead and get nav. Oh, flight director's on first. Let's get flight director 1, 2. We should be nav prof out of here.
Welcome on board our aircraft. If there is anything that we can do to make your journey more comfortable, please let one of our flight attendants know, and they will be happy to help.
Let's get
During aircraft
constraints
refueling,
on.
the seatbelt signs will remain
Map
on,
mode.
and for your safety, we kindly request that your seatbelt remains unfastened
Alright,
until
so
refueling is complete.
We're almost ready.
Please
Do we like
remain
logo lights
seated
out there?
whilst
I don't
the
like
remainder
those.
of
Let's
the
get rid of those
passengers
logo
board
lights.
the aircraft.
Let's go old school.
We hope you have a pleasant flight.
No logo lights on the pylons anymore. You Misty in the Fokker. What's up, Zach Dill? Appreciate you, man. AJ Frenai, thank you for the $3 super chat. Should have flown BAE RJ, more engines in case fire. Man, what an absolute firebomb stream that was, huh? Thanks, AJ. Appreciate the super chat. You know what? We haven't flown the RJ in a very long time, dude. It's been a very long time. Is it the me or the overhead strangely clean and uncluttered? It's very clean. It's beautiful overhead. It's very clean. And you can see there's definitely wear marks in it, but... Alright. We should put on... Let's see, we got traffic set on there. Weather radar we don't need. Weather radar off. We got an alert there. That's normal. Is there a terrain on ND button? Or any type of terrain? Constraint. We'll go auto brake RTO. We can't do that yet. That's normal. Surely there's terrain feature. Maybe not. Maybe not. Here we go. This is my jam. I like this one. Alright. How are we looking on the loading? Alright, boarding is 93. Refueling is complete. We'll get those on. We'll get these on. We'll turn on the hydraulic electric for a second. Bum, bum, bum. Seatbelt, no smoking signs coming on. We'll wait for the final numbers. We're going to send them to the box. I like this one here. It's a great soundtrack from JustFlight. What's going on, Chris? Good to see you, my man.
Boarding is complete.
All right, boarding is complete. They're going to close up shop. So let's do this, make this real easy. Let's go aircraft performance. All right, so let's import SimBrief. All right, and then we're going to import the live weather conditions, and we're going to calculate. Now, it's probably going to give us flap 8 out of here. Oh, not on this one? The last one gave me flap 8. I'm going to enforce flap 8 just because of the hill. Let's go ahead and recalculate a flap 8 speed. All right, runway 25, dry, anti-ice off, 23C, force Toga no, but we are going to Toga 50C. We're going to do maximum performance out of here. All right, thrust reduction, altitude 1515, and trans is 18. So what we can do is we can export the weights to the FMS, or you can put them in manually if you want to, but it exports them all wonderfully. We'll then go over to takeoff approach, and we are going to load in our speeds. Export speeds, and we have 19, 19, 28. So we'll set, we're going to set 250 here for single pilot ops, makes it a little bit easier. We're going to set 250 there. And it says import Toga or flex. It's going to import a flex number here, right? It imported our flex temp of 50C. So we've got that, but we're actually going to change you to Toga thrust. So we are Toga thrust now. Excellent. Toga thrust is set. And flap and trim is 2.9. We will set 2.9 on the trim. All right. 2.9 is set. I think we are just about ready to go. Let's get the beacon on. Strobe is in auto. We don't need that. Let's go back to gen, load. Everything up top is ready. Let's verify the doors. Let's pull the ground air. Let's pull the chocks, and we are ready to get out of here. We'll leave you on OFP. Eagle ground, Cactus 357, ready for engine start.
Cactus 357, engine start approved.
Engine start approved, Cactus 357. All right, so we're going to start here at the gate. A real simple whisper jet startup sounds. So sounds are all the way up, but you're going to be, actually, let's do the first one from outside. Good view right there. All right, we're going to power the start switch, and we're going to flick this over to left. Air cuts out. Verify N2's on the rise. Let's go fuel on. Rolls-Royce Spey engines. All right, we got a good start on engine 1. Let's go ahead and roll 2. She's a whisper jet. Do you know how to turn off the autopilot panel lights? Yeah, of course. Up here, autopilot panel lights. We can turn those off if you want to. All right, fuel on. Very quiet. Whisper jet service indeed. Original whisper jet service. You know, I did download some new 727 liveries as well. Send to McDo isn't realistic. That's your favorite sim flight, but you're also flying two-pilot plane in your onesies. Yeah. Well, actually, it is pretty realistic, man. A lot of the in modern day, a lot of data is uplinked via ACARS to aircraft. Like for us in the 7.3, we don't import hardly anything manual now. All that weight stuff gets imported. Everything but the cost index, pretty much, and everything else gets imported via ACARS. All right, so it sounds like we got 2 good starts. We'll depower the engine start switch. We'll go ahead and depower the APU. That's coming off. We could see we've got TRUs, essential 1 and 2. We got good volts and amps all the way across the board. Let's go ahead and leave it on the generator load. You can see Gen 1 is actually a little bit more loaded. Oh, I forgot that electric hydraulic pump. Let's look at that. Bring that down. Released a little bit of load right there on the generator. Study level simulation. It's probably going to get a little bit toasty in here. Let's see what the cabin is. 20C. Oh wow, this air conditioning is working really good. All right, 23 on the bleed PSI. We're doing a flaps 8 takeoff. Flaps coming to 8. Let's get the cams up, ready to go. Flight controls are locked. That's why we do a flight control check, chat. That's why we do a flight control check. Flight controls are locked. All right, now we're cooking. Beautiful. All right. Flight controls free and correct. Flight deck door light is unlocked. We'll do no light, and everything else looks good. Status messages are clear. Let's go ahead and put you on the engine page, and we are ready to go. Eagle Ground, Cactus 357, ready taxi.
Cactus 357, you're on the clearance frequency. Contact Eagle Ground on 121.8 for taxi instructions.
We'll go Cactus 357. Rookie move. Eagle Ground, good afternoon, Cactus 357, ready taxi.
Cactus 357, Eagle County Regional Airport ground, runway 25. Taxi by Charlie 2, Alpha Alpha 1.
25, taxi Charlie 2, Alpha Alpha 1, Cactus 357. Alright, we'll get the nose taxi landing light on. And we're going to make a hard right turn out of here, so we don't run over that tug. Excellent ground handling, breakaway thrust. Gosh, those engines sound good. Would be great if the same guy was handling both radios. Yeah, I've had that before, real life.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our aircraft.
Alright, so we are set for Flaps 8 departure. When we hit Toga, this will all change to TOTO. Alp nav is blue, up to 10,000 feet. We're going to make a left turn as soon as practical for the Beaver departure.
Even when the seatbelt sign is off. This aircraft has a number of emergency exits. The cabin crew is pointing those out to you now. Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit, remembering that it may be behind you.
218 watching, only 70 likes. I agree, Mr. Martini. Let's smash the like button down so we can do Toga from outside. Because from inside it's pretty quiet, as is the real jet. Gosh, I love the freaking wing. You can see how it's flexing out there just barely. It's a stiff Hershey bar wing, but it still flexes. They nailed it. Nailed it. Oh. Looks like some 7.3 blasting off. Private BBJ, possibly.
This is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is strictly prohibited at
Let's
all
see, there's
times.
no, PA, we'll go ahead and turn you off. I don't need to listen to the PA in the back. Everything else looks good to me. 250 is set. We'll get the ATS, LNAV, VNAV. Heading on departure, 253. We'll just sync that up. Alright, 253 is set. Let's take a look at the SID again. What's that initial SID heading? Initial heading immediately 206. That's a 7.3 combi there. He said down to Alpha 1, right? So is that all the way at the end of it? That's... We're going to use all available runway because we're a Fokker. We're going to go all the way back here.
Cactus 357, contact tower, 119.8. Safe flight.
Over tower 19A, Cactus 357. Those voices are freaking awesome, man. Say Intention's voices are scary good. I just don't need those lights there at all. Tower, good afternoon. Cactus 357, holding short runway 25, ready for departure.
Cactus 357, Eagle County Regional Airport Tower. Runway 25, hold short. You're number 2 behind the 737.
Number 225, holding short, Cactus 357. Wow, that 73 is still on the runway? Oh, look at him blasting off. Wait, is that a live player? No. It is. That's a live player blasting off. Oh, that's a Prestige. That's a Prestige. Oh my gosh, that's a VEC aircraft.
Cactus 357, runway 25, winds 360 at 3. Fly runway
Did it go off the end of the runway?
Clear for takeoff.
Runway 25, fly runway heading, clear for takeoff, Cactus 357. Did he clear that? Yeah, he
Prestige
got off.
188, you were not cleared to take off.
Prestige, you were not clear.
Report number for possible pilot deviation.
Oh, and he got a pilot deviation. Prestige, you're making us look bad. All right, cabin is secured for departure. Roger that. Brakes released. Let's go. AJ took off without a clearance. Was that AJ? No, that wasn't AJ. Oh, look, we have a puddle. Or there's a leak on the runway here. I wonder if we're gonna get any water spray effects. Oh, look at that, me pretending that we're a 757. Look at that overshoot. That was terrible. It's a snail trail. All right, hopefully we don't need any more runway because we just gave up about 300 feet of it. I'm trying to see which 15B. I wish I could zoom in my map closer than 15 miles, you know? Alright, we'll just keep it on map 15. Alright, we're clear for takeoff. Who's ready? We hit 100 likes. Let's do an outside spool them up. So we're going to spool them up. Toga. That's awesome. All right, TO. 1.69 E-burst set. See how nice and quiet it is in here?
80 knots.
Check. Runway textures are amazing at Microsoft default.
V1, rotate.
Don't sink.
Hey, positive, right? Here, fly with. Immediately start the turn. To trim whaler. Coming up to 1500.
Cactus 357, contact departure.
Departure Cactus 357, see.
Climb thrust.
Climb thrust selected. Lower that nose a little bit. Departure good afternoon. Cactus 357 is 8,500, climbing 10,000 on the Beaver.
Cactus 357, departure, radar contact.
climb and maintain 10,000, turn right, heading 320, then direct apres when able.
We're going to climb via the SIF Cactus 357. Yeah, we're not doing that. I wonder if we messed them up when we took our VFR clearance.
Cactus 357, contact 10%.
Flaps up.
9.85.
1985 Cactus 357. Flaps are coming up. Man, look at these orthos. Take them in, because we're going to compare to the X-plane departure. Denver Center, Cactus 357, 9,500, climbing 10,000.
Cactus 357, Denver Center. Good evening, Piston altimeter 3039, climb and maintain flight level 180.
Climb and maintain flight level 180, Cactus 357. Alright, 18 is set. My gosh, I think X-plane ortho looks sharper. I can't, just from what I remember.
United 1719, flight level 370.
Now, it was a little bit more cloudy in X-plane 12. But I gotta tell you, the flight models, like when you have good jets, the flight model argument is dead. In my opinion, the X-plane 12 versus Microsoft flight model arguments, it's dead. It's completely dependent on the dev and how they have developed the flight model for their airplane. Because this Fokker, this flight model, as it's going through the little turbulence here and everything, it feels just as good, if not better, than the X-plane. So it can be done. It just is solely dependent on the developer. I think it's probably easier to have a more believable flight model in X-plane 12, just the way the sim is set up. But it's 100% possible to have a very ultra-realistic flight model in Microsoft 2024. It's just dev dependent. I mean, I'm trimming out. I mean, it feels like I'm flying the real jet. This thing flies really nice here post-update, too. Do we have a speed restriction there? 225 max. Yeah, we got to pitch up a little bit more. Or this is 225 above 13.1. I think we'll make it. Just barely, though. Am I not flying on jet card anymore? Oh no, I am. We just haven't done it. We haven't had one. We had too many pilots that I couldn't actually manage the roster. That since has been fixed, so we're going to be back in jet card here soon. Don't worry. You miss flying with the slaved flight director, Cam? What you been flying lately?
Cactus 357, climb and maintain flight level 250.
Climb and maintain 250, Cactus 357. Air-to-ground transition is what you find more issues with. I think, again, it depends on the dev, man. Because you can flare, I mean, the level up flare on the 7.3 is fantastic, I think.
Ongoing 4155, continue descent, flight level 270.
Keep climbing slowly here. But some airplanes in X-plane, they almost flare like bricks. So, again, I think it's dev dependent. Like this takeoff, that rotation felt very believable as I felt like the nose came up. You could feel the struts decompressing. That's X-plane-esque. But these voices are insane on the, aren't they? One DSC, I keep thinking it's a real people. I can't tell who's real and who's not. All right, we're out of 10. Let's go ahead and retract some of these lights here. We'll go boom, boom, boom. We'll leave the wing light on for now. We'll pretend it's 1997. Smoking signs coming off.
Ongoing 4155. Descend at pilot's discretion. Maintain flight level 320. Item flight level 350 for flight level 320. On board 4155.
Spam call. Must be streaming. Nice. Kid Express says, I mean like how it feels like you're landing on a stick of butter. I flew the PMDG 7 years ago. It feels like you're sliding across the runway on a touchdown. Oh, yeah. when you're touching ground friction, for sure, Kato. I think ground friction, you can really tell the difference too, just from taxiing with. Again, though, I think it kind of depends on the dev, because the breakaway thrust and the friction of the Fokker has been good since 2020. Like I said this way back when the F-28s first came out. I think they had the best ground handling airplane in 2020. JustFlight did. So I know it can be done, but yes, there are some airplanes, especially early on, like when the PMDG first released on 2020. I think, yeah, it had some ground air transition issues, and even Mr. Rondazzo talked about that when I had him on the podcast. You know, it's like they're working within the confines of the sim, doing the best they can. And it's definitely much better, and it's still very good, but I can definitely see that's where you're going to have some differences. I remember the FlightJ sim in XP12. That was the first airplane that I actually had to use breakaway thrust. I thought that was so amazing, where you just juice it up, the airplane starts to roll, then you got to bring it back to idle, and it'll just gently keep going. I loved it. Might have to actually check out the FlightJ.
Climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb to 340, okay, 357. All right, we're going to set 340, 34 is set. Time to climb. It's going to take forever. We'll make this last turn here, and then we'll get the autopilot on. I mean, the views are still pretty dang good. But I swear, I think the ortho and X-plane is, with the map enhancement, is sharper. Zach Dill says, I want to get sand tension so bad I just can't get over the price model since I don't fly but a couple times a month. I hear you, man. That has been a deterrent for a lot of people. I don't know if in the future there's going to be some type of, like, maybe you could just do a 6-month subscription or something. Something that's got a little bit more of a time on it, or maybe even go month by month. I don't know, but I think that's the number one thing I hear from the chat is people love the way sand tension sounds and the way it works, but they're not sold on a subscription model. And I understand. I firmly understand that argument. Is Beyond ATC a better option? It depends on what you're looking to get. If you just want AI ATC, that's what Beyond ATC gives you. It's just AI ATC. Now, I haven't looked at it since they just recently had an update. You may have to dabble in it, take a look, see how they're at.
American 2447.
That's a real pilot. See, that's a real pilot on Skynet. That's cool.
American 2447. Roger.
But I mean, he's talking to an AI controller, and I can't tell the difference. You literally can't tell the difference. That last radio communication, I'm going to turn my sim down. Let's put our noise canceling headphones on. That last communication between that American and then the controller, it sounded like two people talking. That was only one. Man, I am super impressed with this airplane after this update. I mean, it was always, I thought it was fine when it released, but there was definitely, in my opinion, didn't feel as smooth. This just is everything about this feels smooth right now.
Allegiant 40, Denver Center.
Skynet C-Dub. So if you enable the Skynet feature, it's currently what is under most development. It's still under development, but it's essentially allows players, live players. So if you activate Skynet when you start your sand tensions flight, we are all on a live network together. I will see you, you will see me, I will hear you, you will hear me, and we will talk to the same AI controllers, and they will work with us, as far as traffic management. So it's very cool. That's what Skynet, they call that Skynet. Now, if you don't want to be with other public players, you can do the groupie thing on sand tensions, where you can have your own group of players. So if you have if you want to just fly with a couple of friends privately, or you don't want to be on you don't want anyone else to hear you, or you just want to be you and AI, then you can just not enable the Skynet option. All right. I mean, we're so trimmed out. Look at, I'm hand flying all the way up through 23,000 feet. This is awesome. This last update. I mean, I say update. It's been a while since it's been updated, but I haven't flown it since the last time. I mean, look at that. We're completely trimmed out perfectly. I've got a great generic profile that I got to upload to the Discord as well for Bruner users. Not many Bruner users out there, but this profile is pretty much my twin jet profile, and it's
Oscar 52, traffic 2 o'clock and 8 miles, opposite direction, the heavy Boeing 777, flight level 330.
All right, let's go ahead and engage the autopilot.
On TTAS, no visual, Austrian 52.
See, I could. Was that real or not? I could. Who says on TCAS? That sounds like some pilot would say. We got him on the fish finder. Now the real question is, can I bring these back without? Yeah, I think I have throttle block on. Cool. All right, good. Now I can reach my stuff a little bit easier. All right, how we looking? Everything looks good over here. We can actually turn the engine monitor page off. That's fine. Keep that blanked out. As we turn into the sun, we'll get a little bit of lighting in here.
Envoy 3804, continue descent, flight level 180.
Descending flight level 180, Envoy 3804.
All right, let's go full screen. When we get up to cruise, I'm pulling up my other screen. We're gonna look at some cross-referencing. The Falcon, thank you for the $5 super chat. I missed that up there earlier. It says, glad to see you taking a break from the line. Equally as glad to see you flying with superior add-ons as well. What's up, Falcon? Oh man, dude, when I was able to swap that out of that trip, I had a nasty 4-day, swapped it into a nasty 3-day, swapped it into a slightly better 3-day, swapped it to a day trip, and was able to drop it. So yeah, I would be gone. I would still be gone today. I wouldn't be coming back until tonight at 1 a.m.
Flight level 250.
tomorrow, technically. So yeah, I'm super thankful, man.
For flight level 250, Delta 2040.
There's two mentalities about being a first-year FO. Because you're on first-year pay, everything kind of sucks. There's two mentalities. You can either fly a ton extra to try to make up for being on first-year pay, or you can fly as little as possible to minimize the pain because you're on first-year pay. I prefer the latter. Gosh, the wing, though, on the Fokker, look at that. That is amazing. Flight Sim Guy says, if Say Intentions would make a more watered-down version that just had the AI A to Z Skynet stuff and priced it accordingly, I'd seriously consider buying. Well, here's the thing. You could always subscribe for a while, and if you don't like it, you can always cancel the subscription and never use it again, right? But I mean, because there is so much more, I understand what the devs at Skynet are trying to do. So I mean, honestly, it's really hard for me to explain without you just saying, hey, you got to just give it a shot. You got to try it, give it a shot, get on a Skynet flight with me when we're streaming. There's other people around. Experience the traffic. What also is really nice is the traffic does not really affect performance hardly at all, which is big for me because if I wasn't streaming on this PC, my computer's pretty beefy. I could probably handle most traffic injection. But when you stream and I'm running cameras and OBS, it takes a lot of extra resources. But with Say Intentions, I can crank the traffic up, and it's cloud-based traffic, so it actually really doesn't hit frames hardly at all. They also have a 7-day free trial. There you go, Phoenix Galaxy. Absolutely. You have a 7-day free trial. Give it a shot. Speaking of superior add-ons, GSX for the win. Key 6. No. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. Yeah, see how out at distance she starts to get a little bit blurry. My goodness. All right, let me pull up another... I can't believe.
Lufthansa 457, flight level 330. Lufthansa 457, roger.
There's our last stream. Here we go. Trust me, my man. But I mean, see, it's... Oh, let's mute that. I want to find... well, we didn't have a whole lot of... We're good where we were lined up on the runway. We couldn't really see because it was raining.
Denver Center, Austrian 52, flight level 350. Austrian 52, good evening.
So that was our takeoff lineup. See, the rain is a little bit... I mean, it's a little exaggerated, but it's still pretty good. The mountain looks more aggressive in X-Plane 12. instead of rounded. Let me go to some other shots here in the climb out. Now, we did have some epic clouds that day. Unfortunately, I can only go back like, what, 24 hours? In Microsoft, I couldn't go back 2 days. So, I can tell you the difference right now. It's the trees, man. If I could use Microsoft 2024 trees in X-Plane, see how the trees kind of look grainy and salty out there? If we could have Microsoft 2024 trees, look at that ortho shot. I mean, that's pretty dang good.
72, continue climb flight level 400.
But it's the trees is what kill it.
Climbing flight level 400, Delta 972.
There's a majestic looking shot.
Delta 2040 at flight level 350.
So on this last stream, what you're looking at, there's quite a few mods. You're looking at map enhancement mod. Trying to put it somewhere where you can kind of see that.
United 234, flight level 350.
United 234, roger. Good evening, sir.
Map enhancement mod, we had like 10 mods on the Flight Factor 7.5. Dehaze mod. But like right there, look at that. See, these orthos look pretty good here. I mean, it's very comparable.
United 1510, copy the level of
We'll compare more when we get up to cruise and we look at coming into Phoenix. Coming into Phoenix, I guarantee you, is where you're going to see the biggest difference. Coming into Phoenix, Sky Harbor. Press F11 on the YouTube video. What does that do? Does that like make it normal? Like, then that makes it full screen. I don't want full screen. All right, here comes our cruise. Let's go to TAC mode, cruise. Let's do... Can we do 7-4?
United 1635, flight level 330, climbing flight level 360.
United 1635, roger. Good afternoon.
Yeah, let's see if we can maintain 7-4 here. See, out there it looks... I mean, up at altitude, it's almost the same. I think up at altitude, it's almost the same when you're looking straight down, but at a distance, X-Plane goes farther. Yeah, we had a lot of clouds that day, Al Loper. We had a lot of clouds that day. But as we get into Phoenix, I think it'll be cloudless. We'll double check again. Your MD-80 can do 8.4 Mach? Can it really? Does America West really fly Fokker 70? Yeah.
Flight level 280.
Yeah, America West had Fokker 70, man.
Leaving for flight level 280, Frontier flight 2342.
Mike 85 said after the free trial of Beyond Say Intentions, I never went back to Beyond ATC. Been using it for 6 months or so. There you go. I mean, that's what you're going to need to look for is other people's experiences. I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying the free trial. You got nothing to lose.
When ready to send via the Jazz 1
yeah, you can definitely tell at distance. And I noticed this when we were flying in X-Plane 12. My ortho was sharper way out in X-Plane 12. I wonder if everyone in Say Intentions multiplayer having different air traffic settings affects the multiplayer experience. I think that's what they're working on, Joe Planes. I think semantics like that, technicalities, runways, you know, how you get vectored to join an approach, etc. I think that's all what they're trying to iron out. Because we had a situation like that when we were flying into Palm Springs. But then that it was about how they vector you to join the pattern VFR, and there was a patch. So Sam Tensions was in the chat, and they were actually patching that particular issue out that day. But every time I boot Say Intentions, there's a massive update changelog every time I boot it. So they are definitely very active and working on updating the project. All right, it seems nice and smooth up here. Let's go ahead and we passed through 18. We never set our standard barrel either. That'll mess up our altitude. Go get it, Chief. All right, we're standard barrel, no smoking on. Seatbelt sign is off. Get back up to cruise altitude here for a second. You're going to make me read down XP12, start flying the fly factor 7.5.
The captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt signs. You are now free to roam.
Microsoft does do tree and road placement better than X-Plane with map enhancement. Yeah. Is there any tree mod, Kato? Is there any tree mod for X-Plane 12? I think that's what it needs. Because the trees, when you looking at all the trees in X-Plane 12, because they're all the same object, or like there's maybe like a handful of different object trees, they look pixely. That's X-Plane 12's biggest downfall, is pixely stuff. So you got ants, pixels, you got pixely clouds at distance, and you got pixely trees and objects at distance. So if they can fix the pixely stuff, it's incredible how far it's come, or it's incredible how that map enhancement really changes the game. And the dehaze mod. So today it's kind of smoky out there, that's why we got some haze on the horizon, but X-Plane 12 always injects haze. I think that was to help reduce performance load too, but you can get a dehaze mod, which I have, and it basically loads in real haze, and it makes it much clearer. But I think we're actually flying through a smoked airbed right now. It's kind of smoky out here on the plains.
American 2805.
You may as well fly the 7.6 while you're at it. I don't know, Flight Sim guy. We'll see.
American 2805.
I'd rather get the 145. What we might do, man, is T-Tut's not here. This would really upset T-Tut. What if we pivoted the PM stream, because we're supposed to do Commander at 3:30? Is it 3:30 or 3? I gotta check. What if I got the Piper Chieftain and tried to do VFR in X-Plane 12
Denver
just
Center,
to see?
United 9622 at flight level 350.
United 9622.
What time is my commander? Set it at 3. I might have to adjust that anyway.
United 1851.
I kind of like doing, if we do 2 streams a day, I kind of like doing one X-Plane, one Microsoft stream. I'm really tempted in that Chieftain, guys. Really, really tempted. I know, and it would be good to kind of compare to, because I guess it's kind of, that Jetstream Chieftain is kind of the best in the game on X-Plane 12, right, for realism. I wonder how it stacks up against one of the black squares. Now, I know the panel is not going to look as amazing as black square. Like, we have our expectations set in terms of the airplanes. Like, X-Plane 12 airplanes, most of the time, they all kind of look like X-Plane 12 airplanes panel-wise. Yeah, you're not going to be able to beat what Microsoft can do, especially panel-wise. I don't think anything is better than Microsoft in terms of how the cockpits look. But it could be a lot of fun. We'd take the Chieftain out, take it up. What route would we do in the Chieftain? Somewhere mountainy. Maybe go from like Eureka. Well, maybe we should fly into Eureka in X-Plane 12. Go from like Portland to Eureka or Salt Lake. Doesn't X-World Pro do trees? I believe it does. It does something with the trees, but I don't believe it changes what the trees look like, right? But yes, there is a tree part that I did install, Junma. What I was saying about the trees is that at distance, you see so many objects of trees, if that makes sense. Yeah, see, I don't want to do that. You can't see. But if I make it bigger, try to black out all the nonsense stuff. Where's a good shot of trees? It doesn't look bad
Denver Center,
by any
JetBlue
means, but
1634,
you kind of see how they kind of like
flight level
twinkle.
350.
But I wonder if that's YouTube compression. I don't remember really seeing that in... I really don't remember seeing that when we were flying it, to be honest with you. Look at that shot. Holy. That is with the clouds, though. But I see what I'm saying? That is a competitive graphical... I mean, that is competing with Microsoft. That shot. Where you start to lose is when you look at the cockpits of the aircraft that are in X-Plane 12. And then you look at the models. Like,
Tahiti 8, no speed restrictions.
this is a Carta engine mod. That's a slat mod. Like, that's all mods to make it look that good. Now, that is cool. We did have our engine fire. Remember, we did have our engine fire. Multiple engine fires. Now, one shot that I do want to show you guys. We are going to have to revisit X-Plane 12 at night with mods. Because I don't have mods. I didn't have the mods installed for night lighting. But even without mods installed, if you go back to our night takeoff at a Sky Harbor, I mean, where is the... that's pretty good. Look at the sky out there, man.
Southwest 6417 out of flight level 330.
I do need to get the light mod because you see how there's no spill on the lights? It's almost just like little dots of lights everywhere. Going down the runway, airport night lighting is probably the best in X-Plane 12. That looks real. Well, the ants on the ground, there's not really ants on the ground. They're just twinkly lights, which I mean, it also could be YouTube. I'll have to double check when we stream it again. But there is something to be said about Microsoft 2024 appearing cartoonish. There is something to be said. Oh, now that's a real sharp ortho right there. That looks great. And I don't know why. I don't know. I think it has to do with the fisheye camera lens, to be honest with you. I think it has to do with fisheye cameras. I'll dog on X-Plane all day, but not at night. Yeah, I still think, and you'll really see the difference on this approach. We'll compare and contrast approaches, and the Microsoft 2024 high sun approach into Sky Harbor is going to blow X-Plane 12 back to the Stone Age where it was invented, unfortunately. And I'm saying that as an unfortunately because I want X-Plane 12 to continue to improve, but you'll see where stuff looks flat. You'll really see, it'll highlight X-Plane 12 in the middle of the day. It highlights where it has deficiencies. You know, Microsoft 2024, honestly, is the only sim, because even in 2020, I didn't like it. But 2024, that's us. Over to Denver Center, 125675, KX 357. 2024 is the only sim where I can withstand flying at middle of the day. Because it looks realistic middle of the day. Even though I think it's completely mid, that's how middle of the day flying is. But you'll really see the approach into Phoenix.
Denver Center.
That'll really change things for you. Denver Center, good afternoon. Cactus 357340.
Cactus 357, Denver Center. Good evening.
You should try the T-Lod injection to 601. Now it'll probably cross the stream. Yeah, I mean, a T-Lod to 600, that'd be great, but I mean, that's probably going to mess up performance-wise too, right? And as a content creator, streamer, I got to go with what I can, you know. I don't want to start getting too crazy with external injections. I do imagine it looks good, though, Vodka. I do imagine.
Air Canada 1066, contact Albuquerque Center on 120.
Might be fun to try off stream for once. Is it just something in auto FPS, or is it a different mod altogether? Microsoft Terrain is blurry in a lot of parts of the world that are not US or Europe, often with clouds baked. Yes, Neko Wafer, a big part of that is in South America too. I wish there was, Microsoft 24 needs a Colombia or just South America, or heck, even a Central America ortho swipe. Like, they really need to go over and try to sharpen that up, because I agree, especially there, you can really see that it's apparent. Blurry textures, clouds baked in. Ironically, I think Phoenix and like the southwestern United States are probably the best ortho in the US for Microsoft 2024. So if you depart, I said this years ago when we first tried it. It still remains true to this day. The Phoenix Airbus taking off runway 08 in Phoenix Sky Harbor and looking out the left window is one-to-one real life. It's the best ortho I've ever seen in the sim. You got the Phoenix wing, which is probably one of the best modeled and textured wings in the sim. It's basically real. If you take off runway 8 or even 25 right, and then look out your left wing in Microsoft 2024. It doesn't care if you do it at sunrise, sunset, middle of the day, it's going to look real. You can take a screenshot and pass it off as a photo.
United 234, at flight level 350.
Oh, I got you, Vodka. Okay, so change in the dynamic LED. Okay. I got you.
United 234.
Brazil does look good, yes. We did fly Brazil. Brazil does look good. I agree. Brazil looks good. Ushuaia looked kind of like 2000 with a higher terrain polymesh. Yeah. That's a place we need to go visit. Ushuaia again. We haven't been there in a minute. I'm going to take a 727 down to Ushuaia, or a 707. See, this all, as we fly away, you can actually see how the ortho starts to kind of disappear. But right under the nose, it looks amazing.
United 234, good evening, sir.
You could kind of do some creative angling here. So that looks pretty good. How about the Duke? Can we take a Duke to Ushuaia? Maybe. Man, we haven't fired up the Duke in a long time. Do you agree that the clouds at 24 look sometimes too fluffy or lightweight? I've seen screenshots of people's clouds where they look fluffy and lightweight, and I don't know, maybe if you're not on Ultra. With clouds on Ultra, I think they are pretty good. Where that probably I can see that happening is like if Microsoft is trying to stack cloud layers, then maybe. But I think X-Plane 12's clouds, they look a little edgy. So you got to kind of pick your poison. 2024 had a great improvement though. From 2020, man, I remember when 2020 came out and everyone was raving about the clouds, and I thought I was going crazy because I thought they just looked like mashed potatoes. 2020 clouds were not good at all. 2024 has been a huge improvement. I don't think they changed anything visually in Sim Update 6, but honestly, Sim Update 5 was the best the Sim had ever been for me. Best performance, best graphics, no stutters anywhere. It was perfect. I'm still on the fence about this Sim Update 6.
JetBlue 2348, Roger.
The storm clouds can appear ashy sometimes, Chunma, yes, they can appear ashy. You tried T-Lod 800 and it maxed out the VRAM? Oh my gosh, dude. But see, I don't even think you need that. Like, how often do you guys fly in this screen? If I was not streaming right now and I was just like flying on my home PC, which I really don't do anymore, I would probably have I'd either leave my camera here and I'd go away. So I don't really need, you know, a massive T-Lod improvement. But see how, as I change camera views, you can see T-Lod has to load in. That's a Sim Update 6 thing. Sim Update 5, that didn't happen. Sim Update 5 was the best update the Sim ever had. Then they had to go and jack with it.
Center, good afternoon. Cactus 357, I'll have you descending in about 20 minutes.
Roger that, Cactus 357. AM in a 7 headwind near Phoenix. I'll have to double check. Getting ready to come up on Gallup, New Mexico. Mr. Rondazzo's in the house. My man, good to see you. Hope all is well. He said drop this earlier while we were looking out you were looking out the window. Overnight I sent you about 80% of Clipper 707. Oh, what? Perf manual scan for my original copy. 4 emails, 4 files. Mr. Rondazzo, you are an absolute legend. Thank you, my friend. I'm going to double check that. I cannot wait. Well, guess we're flying 707 this week again. Because the 707 is... I'm freaking addicted to it, man.
United 792, roger. Good afternoon, sir.
I got him. I see him. Thank you so much. Man, you were up late last night, Mr. Rondazzo.
American 166, traffic 12 o'clock, 10 miles. Traffic, same direction at flight level 330.
I am just absolutely ecstatic. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that.
We have the traffic.
I really appreciate that. Very, very kind, sir. Thank you. Man, that is awesome. I'm going to go through those after the stream concludes.
Denver Center, United 1386 at flight level 350.
Man, we got 707 charts for days.
1386, good evening.
Middle of your workday. That 741 ain't gonna make itself. Oh, buddy. Fantastic. Thank you, sir. 741 is definitely not gonna make itself.
JetBlue 2348.
I can't wait.
At flight level 350.
Finally, it'll be 74 Classic.
JetBlue 2348. Good evening, sir.
Cannot wait. And for all of them too. All the variants. It's crazy to me that we've gone this long and there hasn't been a high level 7.4 since PMDG in the FSX days and the P3D days. Like all of X-Plane 12, I mean the Fila 741 did come out. That was, and hands down, I think it's probably the best X-Plane 12 add-on is the Fila 7.4, the 200. But I mean, there was never a modern 7.4 rendition done. There was nothing done for Microsoft 2020.
Alaska 543, light chop on and off.
24.
Serious, flight level
Obviously,
300.
hopefully we're going to have one here for PMDG again.
Alaska 543.
An airplane so popular, such as the 7.4. I wouldn't want anyone else doing it, though. I wouldn't want any other dev doing it other than PMDG. That is for sure. He has heard the gospel of the late night worker that never sets an alarm. It's the only way to work. No way, Turks. What's up, man? Someone picked up my turn, too, so I'm done until September, man. Turks, I can't believe this. I might actually MBE back to the southeast because I want to have holidays off. So would I actually choose to commute for real now? Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man.
American 274, continue climb flight level.
Are you going to glide into
360.
Phoenix Gimli style? No, hopefully not. Gimli glider?
Flight level 350.
Why? What's our fuel? We don't have fuel?
American 274.
We got plenty of gas. Get 8,000 pounds. You're scaring me. Coming up on Gallup. The arrival's pretty easy. We get a descend via for the runway 8 transition. We're going to bottom out at what'd I say? Oh, those are all 2.6 transitions. Where's runway 8? 4,500 feet. Oh wait, are we landing at 8 or 2.6? What did we land at X-Plane? We landed 2.6.
Maintain flight level 250.
So we want to land 2.6, right? We have to land 2.6 for comparison purposes. Maybe that's what you were saying. 160 at 10. They're currently landing east. That's a bummer. I'll tell you what did we load up? Man. We loaded the runway 8 transition. I guess we gotta land 8. Land 8, that's fine.
American 1255 at flight level 370. American 1255, good evening.
I mean, that's kind of a tail end, though, isn't it? Well, it's direct crosswind pretty much for all of them. Slightly more on the tail for 2.6. Denver Center, what runway can we expect for Cactus 357?
Cactus 357, expect the ILS runway 26, approach at Phoenix Sky Harbor.
Here, we'll expect 26 Sky Harbor Cactus 357. That's all I needed to hear. Let's change the runway in the box. We need to compare anyway. Why is it doing that? Phoenix. Star.
Denver Center, Southwest 30.
I want to let me change that approach.
390.
Southwest 3771, Denver Center, good evening.
There we go. I can't pick it up off of Phoenix, that's why.
Denver Center, Southwest 345, at flight level 370. Southwest 345, roger.
Alright, ILS 26, we'll draw it off of, what are our options? Now we just insert that. Zerlo? Yeah, we'll take it off of Zerlo.
Flight level 350.
Southwest 684, Denver Center, good afternoon.
That probably screwed up our star, didn't it? I'm sure it gets funky. Maybe not. Slider, Timmins, Paces, Eagle, Homer, Venom, Base. Yeah, that has us going out. No, actually not. It actually changed the star. Okay. That's good. It's fully loaded, but we're not going to go all the way back out to Zerlo. So,
American 1255, climb flight level 430.
let's delete Zerlo.
Climbing flight level 430, American 1255.
And then we can probably delete. Let's delete a couple of them. Let's delete Surum. I don't need that one. And let's delete Zemos and Tadre. There we go. All linked up. Beautiful. Looking good. Back to map mode. The approach minima is Barrow 1385.
Contact Los Angeles Center on 133.2, so long. Over to Los Angeles Center on 133.2, Southwest 247.
1385, we'll call it 1380. 111.75 is what we need to tune in the old radios here, if we can find them. Not those. ILS radio. 111. Oh, what the heck? 111.75, 258. I feel like I need to turn on fan sync or something. I'm hearing the... Is there an N1 sync on this thing?
Sending to flight level 290.
Alright, 1380 courses are set. Everything else is set.
357, contact Albuquerque Center on 120.55.
2055, catches 3576. Descent forecast winds.
Southwest 3871, continue climb, flight level 400.
Climb at flight level 400, Southwest 3871.
Albuquerque, good afternoon. Cactus 357340. 225 out. We're looking good.
Cactus 357, Albuquerque Center. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. All right.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, no reported traffic, Cactus 357.
Delta 708.
Hopefully PMDG does the 7.5 after the 7.4.
Direction.
Could you imagine? Have 2.7. Go from no 7.5s in the sim, sense quality wings,
Delta 1951, contact
and have 2. No. Stop distracting PMDG. Focus on 7.4 Classic. 7.4 Classic. I'm looking into flights going back to Vancouver next month using Iceland Air. I used them a lot in the past. Great airline. They fly the 73 MAX 8. You know what? Yeah, I've seen the Iceland Air relatively frequently when I'm flying out on the line. I've run in. I'm like, oh look, there's Iceland Air MAX 8. Don't tell me we're flying to Naked Phoenix. What's wrong with Naked? What's Naked Phoenix? Beef Jesus. It's going to be hot. What's the temp down there right now? It's we're comparing from the last stream. I want to show you guys. This is where X-Plane 12 is going to fall on its face, unfortunately.
Legion 20, continue flying flight level 430.
It's 36. It's not that hot. It's only 36 out there. Yeah, PMDG has a full plate already. See? No more. Anybody says anything, PMDG should do anything else other than the 7.4 Classic automatic timeout from Nightbot. Mike 85, you remember the Quality Wing 7.5? Dude, I loved it. That's actually, when we were flying the Flight Factor 7.5, I was getting some Quality Wings vibes from the sounds, from that Mango sound pack, actually. When you deploy the flaps. Yeah. Unless you're mistaken, Phoenix has no photogrammetry? Really? Man, I feel like Phoenix is some of the most amazing scenery that we had, at least in 2020. You're telling me it's gotten worse?
Delta 1135.
Oh, cinematic. There's the turn. There's Gallop. We're Gallop inbound. Who's the dev doing the new Air Dreamliner? I'm drawing a blank on it. Someone in chat will know. I don't know. Listen. I'm at the point now with Flight Sim where, like, I don't get hyped for really anything until I can fly it. Now, there are some exceptions, PMDG being one of them, because PMDG has proven a track record across its history of airplanes what kind of products they're going to put out. So when PMDG announces an airplane, okay, I get hyped for that. But when devs come along out of nowhere and they haven't made an airplane yet and they show you some pretty screenshots, and just kind of like water off a duck's back, man, to me. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm glad someone's, thinking about it. But it doesn't faze me in any way. So I've seen too many times where an airplane has come out or is allegedly going to come out and it just doesn't live up to the hype at all, or it never comes out, becomes vaporware. So, I'm very selective. Phoenix, I believe the Phoenix team, with such a solid airplane they put out, if they were to come out and announce a 737-200, I would be excited for that, But, yeah, Vector. I don't know who Vector is. No one does, so we'll see. Cautiously optimistic. Give me old metal. I'm tired of modern jets in the sim. I totally agree, dude. I totally agree, Turks. That's why I ended up in X-Plane 12 yesterday, dude. I'm just so bored with modern jets, man. I ended up all the way in X-Plane 12. And then I had to use the new avionics layout in the 7.5 because the old avionics layout in the Flight Factor abandonware doesn't work in X-Plane 12 for some reason on my PC. Like the flight directors are hollow. You can't see anything. You can't see the ADI bars. So I had to use the upgrade package of the avionics. It's kind of detracted from my going to older airplanes.
Delta 718.
But yeah, Cam MD11, the 707, dude, it's such a refreshing, it's a fun airplane, man. It's just something fun to fly, man. It's something that came out of nowhere in Microsoft 2024, and it's just fun, dude. You're absolutely right. All right, we need to be starting down here. Allegedly.
Legion 20, when ready to send and maintain flight level 440.
Soon. The eyes just don't work as they was used to. No, I'm serious. I posted a screenshot. It's actually glitched. It's hollow. You see two little you see the outline of the flight directors. You see outlines of it. I promise you. I just got my medical. Speaking of, I need to update that somewhere because I keep getting CCI messages. I have my new medical, but I don't remember where to update it. Is it on ECS? I probably should do that before I get in trouble. When's the anniversary of Alpha 7 Zulu Zulu? We need to revisit. You know, Friction Mafia, it's funny you say that because I was actually thinking about doing some career mode this week. Just to see. I haven't even loaded into career. I don't even know what airplane we own.
Into Phoenix, West operations. Altimeter 29907. Skyhawk 123 Alpha Zulu.
Skyhawk 123 Alpha Zulu.
Descending via the Burrito, one arrival. SkyWest 4895.
What about a U2? No, I don't need to know U2. I mean, not really interested in a U2. Dead sticking into Churchville. DC-6. I know, everyone keeps asking me about DC-6, DC-6. That, again, that is the pinnacle example of great airplane to fly, terrible airplane to stream. Because you talk about demanding your attention, it's very demanding. Now the autopilot, like the co-pilot feature, does seem pretty helpful. So maybe if we up the assistance on it, it could definitely be something. But then here's a hot take that's going to hurt a lot of y'all's feelings. While I love the DC-6, I think it's an amazing airplane. I don't like the panel. It's too square. Like the real airplane's panel. It's like you sit up there, like if you look at DC-6 cockpits, it's a square. What we need is a Lockheed Constellation.
Continue descent, flight level 240.
And no one will want to watch it like the F-28. Exactly.
Flight level 240, Frontier, flight 1747.
JetNet Department's flight. Then find it fast. List right screen. Hate the new website. Okay, the new website, Turks. Thank you, man. All right. I'm going to do that right now on my iPad. Just have it up so I can do it after this. Yeah, the amount of work that would go into a DC-6 stream for the outcome would be minimal. Although it'd be a lot of fun. You know, Barry Seal might pick up a DC-6 out there in Mexico. Yeah, swim and climb. I looked at the Connie when I stayed at the TWA Hotel in Kennedy. I was taking a bunch of pictures of the Connie. I pre-flighted the Connie, and I was like, man, do we have one in Microsoft? And I guess we have one that's kind of meh. And it's pretty expensive for what it is, from what I've been told, so I don't know. But I do like the Constellation. Pretty cool. A220 thumbnail and fly the DC-6. That would be the ultimate bait and switch. Canadian, what's up, my man? It's been a while since the last jet card stream, so what happened is we got so many pilots, over 250 pilots, that I couldn't see rosters, I couldn't see tails. It got really bugged out for me. There's been a fix. It just got fixed the other day. So we will be jumping back into jet card probably this week. We might either do a Falcon 50 or, you know what, we might actually jump into an old Phenom 300E, you know? We haven't flown the Phenom in a long time. We might do a couple Phenom hops. But, when does the updated E-Jets come out? I'd be curious to see the updated E-Jets. I've always liked those airplanes. Actually,
direct enter.
Do a 220 thumbnail and then fly the E-Jets. Ultimate bait and switch there too. That would really be triggering a lot of people. Same reason I don't fly the 220. Like I just don't like the cockpit. I don't like it. It's too much glass. It's iPads on iPads on iPads. Just my personal pref. Hey, coffee delivery, stand by. Mr. Rondazzo has control.
Ground flight level 250, SkyWest 4928. Frontier Flight 1747, continue descent, flight level 210.
Out of flight level 240 for flight level 210. Frontier Flight 1747.
Southwest 2473, continue descent 11,000.
11,000. Southwest 2473.
Alright, did we get a descend via yet? I have controls. Where do you guys want to go instead of Phoenix? Alright. Let's see. What did we miss? Nothing? Good. Alright. My aircraft. You boys like Mexico?
Cactus 357. When you're ready, descend and maintain flight level 260.
Descend 260, pod discretion, Cactus 357. Alright, 26. Now, I don't know if I remember how to use a VNAV in this thing. I don't know if I do. Pretty sure I don't remember. It's in profile. Altitude is blue. 260 is set. So I think, yeah, it's pretty Airbus-y. I think she will start down on her own.
Albuquerque Center, Big Stride 409.
We have it set up correctly. Let's run some performance data.
Big Stride 409, Albuquerque Center, roger.
For landing, let's go ahead and import from the aircraft. Import the sim brief information. Import the live weather. Let's calculate. Alright, so temperature is 36C, anti-skid, landing flap 42, 63 is VFTO, 110, 115 is VAP. Alright, seems so low compared to 73. LDA 11.4, we got plenty of runway, tiny little regional jet. Alright, so speeds will be 110, 115. Fantastic. We could go into DVT. Haven't been there in a long time. Courtesy of my CFI flight instructor certificate.
Legion 1408, descend and maintain flight level 310.
DV flight level 350 for flight level 310. Allegiant 1408.
A little bit of spillage.
Southwest 2473, traffic 1 o'clock, 15 miles, crossing left to right. On Boeing 737 at flight level 370.
Alright. Chieftain morning ops. I know. Chieftain in the morning would be
Negative
contact,
Southwest
Chieftain.
723.
We could do Chieftain PM. Hold on, let me look at my logbook. Oh, it's going to want me to update.
6549, when ready, descend and maintain flight level 230.
Because there was a route I used to do. At night, which what I'm thinking, we could do a PM stream instead of the commander. We could fly the Chieftain. We could start out in, where did we start out? Reading, SAC, Exec, SMF. So Reading to SMF, Hayward. We could do that. I'm trying to see see if my phone has my log. Oh, you know what? It's not in my phone. I don't have any of my 135 in my digital. I'd have to look up my logbook, and I don't have it with me. That's what I want to do with the Chieftain, but we also don't even have a We don't even have an Ameriflight livery.
American 2070, contact Los Angeles Center.
How does the Chieftain release without an Ameriflight livery? Unbelievable.
133.2. Have a good afternoon, American 2070.
Exactly, Nico Wafer. Takeoffs are optional. Landings are mandatory. All the people waiting for the commander Dude, could you imagine? I should just leave the commander thumbnail up and then just load into XP12 Chieftain. Oh my gosh, T-Tut would leave the channel. SAC SMF is the other airport. No, but that's, yeah, Key 6. We used to fly the SMF. We used to go, oh wait, no. Which one's the exec? Key 6. We would go, to the small one, not SMF. We go to SAC. You're right, SAC. Yeah, yeah. Straight SAC. Go Reading, SAC, Hayward. I'm trying to remember. I think we took off at like, I want to say it was like a 6 p.m. departure. Maybe a little bit later. Because I remember the crew house was, we had to drive through traffic in Reading because it was 5 o'clock traffic to get to the airport in time. And so it was me, I was on the Chieftain route, and then I had a buddy on the 99. And every now and then there would be a 1900 guy there.
Center on 128.125.
We'd all have to coordinate the crew car.
123 Alpha Zulu.
Am I invisible? Every time I mention the commander, you think I'm T-Tut. No, not you, Flight Sim guy. You're not invisible. But T-Tut has literally been, I mean, he's been dying for that commander stream since the last time I said I was going to do commander stream. Did we fly past TD? I think we did. Why are we not starting down? We didn't start down. We screwed it up, chat. We screwed it up. We have to rearm Prof? Oh no, here it comes. We're right on it. We're right on it. Never mind. I almost screwed it up. Getting to 7-3 and I forget how to descend. Yeah, I've been to SAC many times. Used some good restaurant field. Nice. Cross Homer out or below 17,000, catch 357. SAC is actually, I did an aborted takeoff there because I had a cargo door light. So the Chieftain, the pseudo cargo door light, it was, we were told, actually both aircraft, the Chieftain and the 99 actually, we were told because of the aerodynamics and the way they cut it out and made it larger, that if the door did come unlocked, it would pretty much render it unflyable. So it was a definitely no-go item.
Climbing to flight level 400.
Our engines came back, but we did not descend. What's happening? We did not descend. Over. We had to double tap it.
United 1221 traffic 2 o'clock and 20 miles opposite direction of Boeing 737.
But yeah, we did. I had rejected the takeoff there in a Chieftain because of the door light, and then I went back. We found I determined
on TCAS, no visual.
It was just the switch in the door, and maintenance said, "Yeah, if this is working, then it's just the switch. You're fine to take off." Yeah. That was very nerve-wracking to take off. What if it's not the door? Or what if it's actually not the switch? What if it's actually the door? Yeah, I feel like the T-Lod in Sim Update 6 struggles. I never remember panning my views around and watching the T-Lod sharpen up. What's that beat? Icing conditions. Engines on, wing and tails on. The cabin does look crisp. I'm telling you, Friction Mafia, this airplane, after the last update, it's been a while, amazing. Oh, we even have the America West.
Southwest 1418, climb and maintain flight level 360.
Look at that, America West Flyers in. This is a default livery too. Very nice cabin. You know, some people are hardcore cabin connoisseurs. Wow, look at that. As you get closer, you can actually see the pleather detail. I've flown on enough America West. I used to say this, and I said, Abroshi su Sintron. Because it's got to say it in Spanish, too. Very good cabin. Nice, clean, crisp cabin, indeed. Indeed. All right, we're descending, and now we're high on the star. Catching up, though. Peso was supposed to be above 24 at 270. We're definitely above 24. Tins, we cooked that one. We're supposed to be below 33 at tins. We only have to file one ASAP so far. Let's keep it that way.
Backside 411, flight level 280.
Eagle's above 16 at 260 knots. Let's get a little speed brake action out there.
Good evening, sir.
Actually, the speed brake is airflow dependent now, right? It's just a switch? Or is it a... Hold on. Is my binding not working? Yeah, it's either off or on.
Cactus 357.
Will you ever fly the Airsoft Tolas 346 again? I'm sure I will. I'm just, if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of wore out on modern jets right now. I said earlier I was having a little bit of burnout with 2024. I think more so I'm having a little burnout with modern airplanes. 2812 Cactus 3572. Albuquerque Cactus 357 is flight level 270 descending 260 on the Eagle 6.
Cactus 357, Albuquerque Center, good evening.
We're going to level at 26. Are we getting a descend via or are we not? And for Cactus 357, are we cleared to descend via the Eagle 6?
Cactus 357, descend via the Eagle 6 to KPHX, vectors will follow.
Alright, continue descent via the Eagle 6, Cactus 357. $4,500 is what we need. 4,500 set. We're in descent mode. Let's go.
American 2117, climb and maintain flight level 360.
How about Tupolev ops?
Climbing to flight level 360.
Mr. Randazzo says we were offered an opportunity to upgrade the Falcon 50 to a really nice universal insight glass system. I think I'd get bored with all that technology. I really like our early 90s glass plus needles. Amen to that.
Southwest 2473, roger.
Amen to that, Mr. Randazzo. You actually have to fly the airplane. I couldn't agree more, man. Could not agree more. I think that Falcon 50, it's crazy because when the Contrail 50 came out, I was looking at all kinds of Falcon 50 cockpits and stuff, and man, the amount of optional layouts or the amount of differences in the Falcon 50 is kind of crazy. Like you look every 50 looks, it's hard to find two 50s that look exactly the same in the cockpit. But that late, I agree with you completely. That era of some glass and needles, yes, absolutely. That's why I kind of reminds me of the 7-3 where you had but with the PFD and ND and glass, and then you had the digital engine gauge, or excuse me, the analog engine gauges. I think the IXCG did a good representation of that, where you had the EHSI and the PFD, but then you could toggle the engine instruments to be all needles. There's something about engine indications when they're steam gauge that just seem to, I don't know, they hit hard. I like them. There's something about seeing those needles, or even on the old Citations I flew when you had the tapes. You know, like these are digital tapes, but I think the Torque Sim has a pretty good rendition of it in XP12. But yeah, tapes and 8s, being able to check the analog tapes, I like that. Here comes V1 in the anti-glass rant. Listen, I'm not... In the sim, yes. In the sim, I'm definitely anti-glass, man. It's more exciting. It keeps you engaged more. You gotta fly. You gotta fly it, man. You gotta cross-check your instruments. You gotta actually scan your panel. Now, if I'm flying a red-eye into Quito, Ecuador in the middle of the night with thunderstorms, I'll take a Max 8, sure. I prefer the Max 8 with my nice VSD, big old screens. Yeah, I'd rather go into Quito, Ecuador at 2 o'clock in the morning in a thunderstorm with a Max 8 than I would a 737-200. But that exact same scenario in Flight Sim, give me the 200 every day.
Cactus 357, contact Phoenix approach on 128.65.
Over approach 2865, Cactus 3572. What is the weather information? ATIS information says, say intentions, information Lima. Approach, good afternoon, Cactus 357 out of 18,000, descending via the Eagle 6 with Lima. Magic Barrel ref is set, ice is coming off.
Cactus 357,
wing lights on.
Phoenix approach. Good evening, Phoenix altimeter 29907, Lima is current, thanks for that. Expect the ILS runway 26, approach into Phoenix.
We'll expect the ILS 26 for Cactus 357. Alright, 97 is set. We expect the ILS 26. We're set up for that. 29907 out of 18,000. They're being seated. F14 Dom is dropping 20 gifted subs to the channel. Mr. F14 Dom, thank you so much, my man. Absolute massive sub dono. Appreciate you. Very, very kind, sir. Thank you for the support, my man.
Descend and maintain 4,500.
A 20 sub bomb. If you guys pick a membership up, make sure you shout them out and say thank you. F14 is goated too, so F14 Dom's a good dude. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support. Chris PT6 is here. What's up, buddy?
Heading 290, descending 4,500 to establish. Cleared ILS runway 25 left approach.
Oh, during a new moon too? You don't want to fly a 30-year-old bird through tropical conversion zones with an ancient radar on board? Controllers have no radar on the ground? I mean, seriously though, Reset Jet, that is, you know, it's such a different generation of pilots, man. I feel like I wish I was a little bit more on the older generation. I wish I was born earlier so I could have flown through the heyday. But that is, when you talk about true aviators, like, when I talk to kids, I'm like, oh, you're a pilot. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I sit up there and I babysit a bunch of glass instruments and flight control computers. To me, a pilot is like, your backup instrument is a friggin' sextant, okay? Like, that is true pioneers of aviation right there. I mean, imagine taking a 747-100 from Kennedy to Hong Kong or something, Kai Tak. Like, you know, that's insane. That is the true aviators in my mind. We're just glorified computer watchers. You're sitting in Fountain Hills waiting for the flyover? All right. Man, I miss Fountain Hills. I remember when Fountain Hills was way out there. When Fountain Hills was middle of nowhere. Phoenix has grown so much. Every time I fly in, my mind's kind of blown on how solid the lights of Phoenix have become.
180, descend and maintain 4,000. Vectors for the ILS.
Is there captain-only airports in the U.S., such as Madeira, Portugal? Yes, there are, Friction Mafia, yeah. Again, that'll depend on the operator. It'll be an SOP dictated thing. But yes, there are definitely airports that are captain-only or special qual or what's another turn? Yeah, special qual or captain only, essentially.
Fuel established on the localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 26, approach.
Is that Chris?
Right to 290 down to 3,000 till established. Cleared ILS, runway 26, approach. Delta 1135.
All right, here's 10,000 AGL. Lights are on. Let's get these on. They've been chimed. How are we doing with our PA? Okay, we're seats for landing. I hit the delete button. What does that do?
Delta 1135, contact Phoenix Tower, 118.7.
Airplane's doing a pretty good job of hitting all these constraints too. It does definitely, see we're on the path here. Let's see, we got to be above 8100 and 210. Now, will she come back to 210? Let's see.
Contact hotel departure on 127.0.
Speed brake's coming out. That'll really help us out.
127.0. Allegiant 3181.
All right, now get ready for the. This is where.
Skywest 6249. Contact tower.
During a replay, I'll show you guys the XP12 landing. Now we'll compare, but until we land, let's get flight recorder up. Speaking of replay.
Tower on 118.7, SkyWest.
Back when the MEL had marble reds and a Zippo. That's right, AJ. Thanks for the $3 super chat, my man. Appreciate you. I think Key West for Delta is captain only. At some airports down there. At some airport down there, if it isn't that exactly. Yeah, probably some. Key West is probably, it's not captain only, maybe like a special qual or like, I know JetBlue has a, you know, a red line where you can only go so far south, and if you're not trained, you can't go past the red line, which essentially is, you know, like Central America. But yeah, Panama, and then below Panama, everything is like red, special qual, red tape.
Southwest 1056, contact Phoenix Tower, 1117.
For us, my operator is Latin qual, so I got my Latin qual when I came through training, which is a blessing and a curse, because it was kind of cool at first, and then when you get called for every single trip out of seniority order because you're the only Latin qual TQ guy on call, it's like,
Tower on 118.7.
how many times do I gotta go to friggin' Costa Rica to do a visual approach? How many times I gotta go to Bogota?
Phoenix approach, big strike 411, radio check.
Alright, recording is ready. We're out of 10,000 feet. Lights are on. Man, this airplane has been bang on. Cams are ready to go. We haven't decided yet. Are we going to do...
Phoenix approach, Boeing Jet 691 Charlie Whiskey, requesting the ILS approach for runway 26.
Or just do a complete switch and go 77. Sydney to Gold Coast Airport.
Coach.
Expecting the ILS runway 26 approach, Boeing Jet 691 Charlie Whiskey.
How'd you get selected for that qual?
Delta
The qual chose me, Evan.
Maintain
Qual chose me. Bill's Mafia coming.
25,000. Delta 1135.
Dimension 694, contact Albuquerque Center on 125.25.
Over to Albuquerque Center on 125.25.
Man, I'm a little bit disappointed in this LOD, man. Look what's going on here.
Boeing Jet 1 Charlie Whiskey, turn left, heading 035.
Left heading 035, Boeing Jet 691 Charlie Whiskey.
Boeing Jet? What the heck is that?
United 631, turn left heading 170, base leg.
Left to 170, United 631.
Coming up on Derville. Alright, I gotta get the charts out, approaches. Probably gonna start dialing it back here. LOD is definitely borked in Sim Update 6, Bill's Mafia. I totally agree, dude. Look how blurry. Did it reset? I have to check the settings, guys. We have to check. I've
357, cleared for the ILS runway 26 approach.
Cleared ILS 26, Cactus 357. Hold on. What is my T-lot at? 235? Let's go 275. It just still looks, it looks not good. Still no Western 707? I know. There's no American Airlines air freight either. T-lot is borked up, dude. Look at this. This does not look very good at all. I'm shocked. I used to run for T-lot 400. Doesn't make a difference. Wow. All right, flaps 8. Recording's on. Microsoft is dead.
Southwest 1928, turn right, heading 290.
Console nerfed indeed, dude. It's like playing Hell Let Loose Vietnam.
Cleared
Everything's
ILS
gonna be nerfed for
left
console.
approach. Cactus 357, contact Phoenix Tower on 118.7.
Localizer alive.
18.7 Cactus 357. See ya. Autopilot disconnect. We gotta get down on it. We'll miss the glide slope. Auto throttle's off. My throttle's Target afternoon X357 on the visual 26.
Cactus 357, Phoenix Tower, ready to continue approach runway 26.
Continue visual 26 X357. We're catching up to it. What did we say, 115?
57, number 2, behind the Skywest CRJ7 on final. Runway 26, winds 160 at 10, clear to land.
160, clear to land, X357. Through 4,000, altitude alert, missed approach
Speed
altitude.
checked, flap 25.
3,000. Whew. We're catching it. Flaps 25, here we go.
Speed checked, flap 42.
Still with that. Alright. Speed check, flaps 42, set, going for 3,000.
Contact departure today. Departure, Southwest 2014, clear.
Alright. Lift dumpers are armed, flaps 42, gear down, auto brakes off, we'll use manual braking. 3,000, that's going to flash till we get out of there. I need to
Lock capture.
do that, maybe that is better. Got a lot of orange on our FMA column up there, but we won't mess with it now.
West 2442, winds 160 at 10, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff, no delay.
Clear takeoff 25 right, Delta 24.
The more you zoom, the worse it gets too. Wow.
Glide slope alive.
Alright, this is 2001. Stable at 500 is norm.
Cabin crew, please set your seats for landing.
Alright, cabin crew is seated. Altitude
Glide
alert.
slope captured.
That's away. Alright, slopes captured. Misapproach altitude set 3,000. Landing checklist are complete. Coming up on 500 feet. Stable. Like a glove, baby. Like a glove. Still flies amazing. Why are you calling me?
Cabin
Stable.
secured for arrival.
Ryer. There's that wind at 160. I can feel it now. It wasn't blowing there for a minute until we got down here lower. Now you can see the airplane switch. So you see what I mean about the flight dynamics? Like, it's 100% dev dependent, I think. I mean, you could make a really nice flight model in 2024. That argument is dead to me.
500
XP12 versus Microsoft. It's just up to the dev. Carry just a little bit of extra juice in there. Just feels like it's swirly a little bit.
Yeah, 100 above.
Woo!
Minimum.
Landing.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reverse.
Had to use the brakes to get on centerline there. Couldn't bring the nose over.
60 knots.
357, contact ground on 1191.75.
Over to ground, X357, we'll see it. Can we open the window on this thing? Ground, good evening, X357. We're clear of runway 26. We're going to Bravo 2. I don't know where we're going. Just made it up. 2020 scenery here, giving us some stutters.
Cactus 357, Phoenix ground. Taxi to Terminal 4, Gate A5 via Bravo 7, Bravo, Charlie 8, Charlie, Lima. Good day.
All right, Bravo 7, Bravo, Charlie 8, Charlie, Lima. Good day, X357. All right. Let's go ahead and get those in. Let's get the APU cooking.
Envoy 90870, give way to the American A320.
Recording is stopped.
Give way to the American A320.
Yeah, trying to hold that center line. Now, I will say, my rudders we might have the wrong rudder profile on because there was that. Remember we had that. What were we trying that in? I overrode one of my rudder settings, and I put way too much of a curve on one of my rudder pedals, or like one of my profiles, and then that profile was applied to all aircraft. I may still have that on there. We'll check later. Got nice classical music as we take it into the gate. But yeah, I landed, I was full right rudder and I couldn't get the nose over. But, again, I think, I can check right now actually. It might be my wrong profile. Yep, see that? That's the wrong profile. That's why. Too much dead zone. I had that. So what I did is I was making a profile for the Premier Jet, the Coronado, because we had it in career mode. And I accidentally hit save and apply all. So it put that profile on all my airplanes, which has very little rudder authority. That's why I couldn't get the nose over. And I bet you I can prove it to you. We'll do a replay. Hey! Where's the CRJ going? Alright, we're going to cut him off. I'll go this way. X357, where are you going? Oh no, Endeavor doesn't know where he's going, so... Actually, it's a Compass jet. He's on the wrong side of the airport anyway. Take that Delta nonsense to the other side. Yeah, Smoky Mountain Flight Samurai will. Delta CRG is actively seeking out ground collisions. Glass house, baby, glass house, cottages. Say the glass house. I live in a glass house. You said it, not me. Now, if I turn right, is he gonna cut us off again, or is he gonna stop, give way? This ain't Atlanta, Chief. This is Cactus territory. Hey, he's gonna cut us off, isn't he? We're gonna collide. Thank you, sir. Oh, that looks like a regional gate. Let's park over here. I'm just picking a random gate. Phoenix is definitely perf heavy though too. You notice that? Wow. But I will say, even with my increased T-Lod, man, Sim Update 6 is not it. Sim Update 6 is not it.
Envoy 4021, ready to taxi. Envoy 4021, runway 25 right, taxi via November, Charlie, Romeo, Echo 13. Runway 25 right, taxi via November, Charlie, Romeo, Echo 13, Envoy 4021.
This is where I wish I had the X-plane parking where I could just hit the C and detach the camera.
Frontier Flight 4392, request push and start.
We're way up.
Frontier Flight 4392, push and start at your discretion. Tail left.
Park brake set, clear to disconnect, show screen. Alright, here we go.
Frontier Flight 4392.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Very chill. Should we deplane? I don't remember if this thing will start up or not. APUs avail? I mean, I kind of feel like we have to for the vibes.
Having crew, DOS and manual and cross check.
Start deboarding.
Boeing Jet 691.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sky Harbor.
Around, taxi to Terminal 4, Gate B.
Fantastic.
Mike, good day.
All right. What we're gonna do? I'm gonna show you guys. Even as bad as that looked, I mean, that was the graphics on that approach looked bad by flight sim by Microsoft 2024 standards, but I'm going to compare it to our approach in X-Plane 12. And you're going to see what I mean. Alright, So that's good. That's primed up. Let's disconnect from Say Intentions. Thank you, Say Intentions AI, today for being part of the stream. I love it, man. I don't think I can go back to flying without Say Intentions, I'll be honest with you. Can you see external? We got the doors open. We're actively deplaning, but I'm going to reset everything right now. Oh, yeah, mine's starting a little bit of stutter on the ground here in Sky Harbor. Yeah, oh, it looks great. Oh, yeah, airborne with Max, dude. The JustFlight Fokkers are some of my favorite jets in the sim, dude. They're a ton of fun. All right, let's cancel this. So let's close doors. And let's go ready for takeoff state. We're going to confirm
for takeoff
that.
selected.
We're going to go in a replay here. All right, let's go in a replay. I think the engines will boot up on their own, maybe. Yep, they're coming up. They're starting engine 1. All right, let's go ahead and throw it into replay mode.
Fine thrust.
It's going to start up on its own here.
Flaps up.
Flaps are coming up and down. While it loads in, I want to try something too. Is I want to change this profile. I got to change it to the other one, but I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, so basic rudder. So that's what happened. I had a basic rudder profile that I applied to all aircraft, and then I was messing with it on the Coronado airplane, trying to make it less twitchy on the rudder, and I applied it accidentally to all. So now I think I'm just going to, is it this one, all caps? Let's see. Yes, this is my basic. This is what I start out with. All right, we'll try that again. As a matter of fact, before we do the replay, this is what I love about this. I'm going to try one more landing, if you guys don't mind, just so I can test. Just so I can test the rudders. Okay, so I'm flying again. I have control. It's going to be a little bit wonky here. Don't judge me on the approach. Let's just judge me on see if I can bring the nose over. Because if I can't bring the nose over, that's a problem with the flight model, because I know I used to be able to. We're going to be high, we're going to float. Let's not worry about that. Let's just see if I can control the nose here on touchdown. Because I should be able to bring that nose over, even if we land, slightly in the
100,
like that.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
So I'm actually going to hold it off. Yeah, there we go. See, I can bring it over a little bit now. But it does, yeah, see, I can bring it over. Much better. Much better. But yeah, it's not. That's that ground-air transition that a lot of guys talk about between X-Plane and Microsoft. But okay, I'm happy with that. That's fixed. Let's watch the actual replay. And now, so replay's up, full screen. Let me show you guys the comparison approach. How high are we here? What's our altitude? We are at, let's go forward. Let's go down to about this side picture here. We're about 3,000 feet. All right, and do the same on my X-Plane stream. I'm gonna make it smaller, so you kind of see. You don't need to see the panel. Look at the difference. See what I mean about the colors? And there's actually some buildings out here in front of us. And here you'll see. This is an interesting shot. If I go full screen here momentarily on this camera, that's X-Plane. That's actually not terrible, but it's just way blasted out. You know what I'm saying? Same time of day too. That looks much more believable. The X-Plane Sunset is really washed out. Which I'm sure there's a mod for that. Which I'll probably get. Blue FX mod. I need the Blue FX mod. Let's watch this replay here for a minute. And as you come in, you know, pick your poison.
500.
I'm disappointed in Sim Update 6, man. I really am. All right, there's 500 in the fail factor. All right, 1500 on both sims now. X-Plane's new slogan. There's a mod for that. I like that, Andre. I like that. This is what grossed me out. Look at the X-Plane 12. See the little blobby blob trees? That might be part of the scenery from X-Plane 11, though. So that might be an X-Plane 11. See the transition to the runway.
100. 50. 40.
I think I may do
30.
New York Strip with ribeye tonight. Ooh.
20.
Speaking
10.
like a true Gulfstream driver there, Gulfstream girl. I'm going to do filet mignons tonight, brother. Can't wait. I was supposed to do them yesterday.
Reverse.
But I got tasked with... I got a new bottle of WD-40 and I went to town on every single door in our house because our kids likes to slam doors and all the hinges were screaming. Grease me. So I went to town on the WD-40 last night. Alright. There's your comparison. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little disappointed in the LOD situation with the approach we had in Microsoft Flight Sim. But overall, I still think it takes the cake. The overall colors look pretty good. But I'm going to look for that Blue FX mod. I bet I can find a mod to make the colors look a little bit better. With that said, though, it is time to wrap this stream up. So, huge shout out to everyone who stuck around and hung out with us on this flight. I hope you enjoyed seeing something a little bit different. F70 Fokker flight. We are going to do another stream at 3 o'clock. This stream should send you over to it. Right now it's scheduled for the Commander. Do we do the Commander or the Piper Chieftain? Hold on. Let's do a poll real quick. Because if you're still here, you're probably going to see the next stream, right? So... Let's just see. Flight Sim guy legit gonna get pissed. I'll let that play for the duration of the replays. Enjoy the approach into Phoenix. I mean, I still love hand flying this airplane. The flight model on the Fokker series is great. I might have to do another. We might have to do an F100 stream as well. Since the Fokker's fresh in my mind, maybe we should step it up to the larger one, F100. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow too. Anyway, I'll let that poll marinate. We're going to do another stream at 3 o'clock. That'll be a prop action, either in X-Plane 12 or Microsoft 2024. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Thank you for the mods for stopping by. Thank you for the sponsors on the gifted memberships of F14 Dom, especially. Dropping a big dono there towards the end. I appreciate you. We had 30 new members today. Appreciate all of that. Thank you for Mr. Rondazzo stopping by. Absolute legend in the flight sim world. Always a pleasure when you can stop by the channel. We'll be doing some 707 this week. I can guarantee you that, y'all. So 707, F100. Maybe we'll do a 707 F100 day tomorrow. That sounds like a plan to me. So until then, you guys enjoy this replay. I'll catch you on the next stream. If not, I'll catch you later this week. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I'm V1. See you. good landing.